This is Keith, Joel, and Catherine, and our preferred philosophy of education is pragmatism. Pragmatism is a method of philosophy in which the truth of a proposition is measured by its correspondence with experimental results and by its practical outcome. In simpler terms, pragmatism is the idea that reality is based on experiences and interactions. With pragmatism, we gain knowledge through inquiry, testing, and experimenting. Pragmatists focus mainly on values and experiences. In addition, pragmatism is associated with learning by doing. Being pragmatic means focusing on matters based on their immediate importance. In addition, this leads to the idea that truth is an absolute matter. The pragmatist philosophy was highly influenced by the ideas developed by Charles Darwin. Through the theory of natural selection, he gave the idea that reality was not fixed. Pragmatists used his theory to influence ideas of education because it was also unfixed and relied on different developmental levels of students. Pragmatism is most often associated with Charles Sanders Peirce, William James, and John Dewey. Charles Sanders Peirce was a mathematician and logician. He is noted to have given the philosophy its name. Sanders believed that knowledge needed verification through experience. William James was a psychologist and philosopher. He used the views of pragmatism in the areas of psychology and philosophy by putting the main focus on things people experienced. He was also the key figure in promoting the widespread influence of pragmatism during the 1890s and early 1900s. John Dewey is another one of the main philosophers associated with pragmatism. In his works, Dewey developed the instrumental aspects of the doctrine. Dewey referred to his brand of pragmatism as instrumentalism. His views were shown in his development of a laboratory school at the University of Chicago in 1896. The school's focus was experimentation. The school also had the motto of learning by doing. This motto is still a focus of some schools today, like Montessori and vocational schools. Pragmatism has affected education in the ways of hands-on learning and through the idea that experiences help to develop knowledge. The pragmatist philosophy has also affected our education system here at Purdue in the form of laboratory-based classes and laboratory-based schools. When looking at elementary education at Purdue, we believe this philosophy will be extremely prevalent in future classrooms. We feel that this would be a good philosophy when working with students in lower grade levels. In kindergarten, first grade, and second grade, students will develop their basic knowledge through experience and with guidance from teachers. For example, we can tell a student that 1 + 1 = 2, but until they can actually see it for themselves, they may not always believe us. The use of math manipulatives like blocks and other tangible resources may help the students better understand that 1 + 1 = 2, along with other math problems and concepts. Resources like math manipulatives can also be utilized to help students gain experiences in other subjects. This philosophy is also extremely prevalent in secondary and post-secondary education. Lab-based classrooms require students to learn by what they are experiencing. Oftentimes, vocational classes in high schools are used to teach students real-life work examples through experiences in classes like marine mechanics and auto mechanics. Many college classes are lab-based and thrive off of experiences from experiments and other classes. This idea of lab-based classes and classes that are centered off of experiences directly relate to the pragmatist theory. This philosophy really connects with us because we are hands-on learners. In school, we enjoyed and were always really engaged in lessons where there were visual aids or simulations for us to complete. These activities can help students draw to their own conclusions for themselves. In conclusion, we feel that the pragmatism philosophy has played a big part in shaping today's education system. We also believe that we will use pragmatism in our future classrooms to help our students develop their own understandings of ideas and various concepts.